of us were huge into science fiction.
It could fill a library with all the science fiction that I read over the years.
I actually grew up being a sci-fi kid.
As for sci-fi book collection, I used to be a massive sci-fi nerd. I bought into all this stuff.
I love Star Wars. It was hard to become a flat earther.
What woke you up? What woke you up? Let's back up a little bit.
When my dad decided to change to be into a flat earther, I took that as a challenge, and I tried to prove him wrong.
I was a staunch atheist for about 15 years.
I had a brother that was trying to convince me about flat earth, and I actually set out to prove him wrong.
I was an atheist 39 years.
A friend of mine was posting all these things on Facebook about flat earth, and I was like, it was pissing me off. You know, I was like, what the fuck? Is he fucking with me?
I used to be an atheist up until 2015, when I mockingly began researching flat earth.
To prove him wrong, I had to know what the actual argument for the flat earth was.
So then I started going into the research, and boom.
When I had researched that for about a year and a half, I came to the realization that we've been lied to, that the earth was in fact a flat stationary plane and not a spinning water ball. That opened up the possibility of a creator, which in turn shattered my atheism. My trust in the Bible was restored, where I before didn't have any faith. Why trust the Bible when you couldn't even trust page 1? Now I could trust page 1.
Everyone has the same story.
Yeah, we all were globe earthers, in case you didn't know.
I was violently opposed to it. I was mad at people that would bring it up.
You know, what is wrong with the world? Why is the world going absolutely crazy? Land at flat earth just laughed it off, thinking, okay, this is completely crazy.
There's no fucking way the earth is flat.
These people still exist? How can anyone think the earth is flat?
That's fucking insane.
Flat earth, like, that makes no sense. Like, then how does stuff not fall off the side?
Everybody that's into flat earth, it was very hard for them to get into it and admit it.
I already had this thought of, you know, what it was, a globe, and what they told us.
Everyone has the same story. When I first heard about flat earth, I thought it was the dumbest shit ever. I thought it was a CIA psyop. It must be some kind of distraction.
God, this is a fucking nightmare. I can't be a flat earth person.
Exact same story. Everybody. No one just believes it right away.
After a month, I looked into it anyway and thought I'll get a good laugh. But no, I saw straight, okay, there's no way that it's a ball.
And like so many others, I asked myself, what else are they lying about? And it turns out the answer is everything.
And then I got interested in what does the Bible actually say? Oh, if it was right about that already from the start, maybe it's right about the other parts also regarding the endings. Turned out, yes, it was. Gave my life to Christ in 2016, and didn't look back. The world is just so filled with lies, it's actually quite sickening and disturbing. But we have one hope, that's Jesus and His Word, and I'm grateful for it. I hope this helps someone.
It turns out the world is run by a bunch of Satan-loving liars who have us so bamboozled that we don't even know where we are. And it turns out that we've been living in their science fiction. See, when you tell a story that begins with something exploding out of nothing, out of a gajillion years and a whole lot of chance, you don't need God for that story to make sense. In fact, you have to do some disingenuous gymnastics to write God into that story. But if you see that we're really living in something like a cosmic terrarium, you can't avoid the conclusion that we're in somebody's terrarium. Try to write God out of that story, I dare you. The level of deception that has fooled multiple generations into believing that we're on a spinning water ball in a vacuum, when everything in our experience screams the opposite. That level of deception demands that we confront the existence of evil, because that's what their science fiction is, and that's its purpose. Would they construct such a massive lie for no reason? No way. This massive lie has an equally massive purpose from beginning to end. It's the very foundation of the scientific worldview that aims to make God irrelevant.
And I bet the farm that it plays a critical role in the Great Deception in the times ahead.
I'd heard the gospel and grew up in the Bible Belt, but I could not reconcile that worldview with the one that I'd already implicitly accepted, which told me that the world is a meaningless accident. At the end of the day, I think the inherent cynicism of the heliocentric universe that exploded from nothing is fundamentally incompatible with the gospel of Jesus. I believe we are very carefully, intentionally, and lovingly placed in a world that is not just some random piece of a vast creation, but it's the very heart of creation itself. And so I pray that you reject the lie that would have you believe otherwise.
And now I am a born-again, Spirit-filled disciple of Jesus. Praise be to God.
It's got a lot more to it than I think people would first assume.
Look into it like you're investigating, and just look into both sides. There's a reason why it's becoming huge. There's a reason.
I have to question my own worldview and my own belief system, and thinking flat Earth was stupid, which is where most of us start out at. Yeah, I never would have assumed I would have become a flat earther. So you have to realize that all these people that do, they have to literally be convinced against their own belief system and their own worldview to get to the point that they're at now.
Guarantee you, NASA is lying to us.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth.
And it sets you free.
I've never seen a former flat earther.
No flat earther ever goes back. Once you go flat, you never go back.
Nobody's ever seen what the actual shape of the earth is and then been like, you know what? Neil deGrasse Tyson really does give me a good argument because it's literally ridiculous.
We've seen both. Like, we know your model better than you guys.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
So I had to dive into a bunch of rabbit holes, right? And the next thing I know, I'm like,
unbelievable. Like, and I've gone, you know, there's nothing compares. Nothing compares to the whole quote unquote flat earth research rabbit hole.
So I'm forever thankful that truth, in truth, sets people free.